What is up, App Nation? It is Steve P. Young. Happy New Year. 2021 is upon us. I'm so grateful to have you guys in here. We started this on a whim in April of 2020, and we're still doing it. And I got to tell you guys, it is one of the things I look forward to the most. And today we wanted to do something a little different. You know, 2020 was a crazy year, obviously, but we wanted to celebrate people in the audience, in the community, in the App Masters community, and what they've been able to achieve. So I brought on 3 different people, and we're going to share all their success stories. You're going to learn about how they were able to do it, and then get some valuable tips along the way. We got PR, we got ASO, Quora, and obviously a lot of conversion rate optimization. So you're in store. We will answer any of your questions. So make sure you hit those comments. And I do want to say hi to a few people as well. You guys showed up early. I should take some more time off, you know, taking 2 weeks off. And I'm like, well, people are showing up early, so I should take some more time off. We've got Drink Drama. What's happening, my friend? We got Archit. Joe, good to always see you. Abhinagiv, hello. Neelay, that's your brother?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Getting the whole family. Where's your mom and dad? Got to get them on too.
Yeah.
And then we got Matthew is here. Recently finished the iOS version of my app. Now I just need a Mac. All right, Matthew. I know it's one of those things. I bought an app too, or a Mac. Hey, Steve Majors. Isn't Steve Majors the Bionic Man? I don't know. Area 360, how's it going? Adolfo, how's it going, man? All right, well, kicking it off is going to be somebody who was on earlier where we talked about his success story. And Rudy, you're one of my favorite success stories. Okay, not to take anything away from Neelay and Bianca, but from 2020, because, you know, you correct me if I'm wrong, but when we were talking, you're like, you know, it's just an app. I just kind of build it. You're kind of just like whatever about it. And then we did some optimizations, like, and then I get emails from you all the time. Steve, I did this, I did that. You know, the excitement level just increased. And that's why I love it so much.
Yes, I'm one of my best success stories of 2022.
Well, if those who aren't familiar, why don't you tell us a little about the app, and then you put that together everything. Thank you for being so open and honest with, you know, some of your numbers here.
Yes, I did that document yesterday as a part of preparation for this call. Basically, since the 2020 is over, I wanted to make sure that the numbers are correct this time, because when we did the first video, it was basically a rough estimation. You said in the title 17x. As the 2020 is over, I've redo the math, and actually you can change the title to 92x.
92. Revenue. Wow.
Yeah, as you said, this application was basically I learned the Swift UI on it, and I wasn't thinking too much about it. I had like, as you can see from the screen, or I don't know if you are sharing this or not. Basically, from the 1st of January till 17th of July,
I
had just one in-app purchase for 99 cents. Users could remove the banner, which basically you would have to extra search for it because it was basically invisible, I would say. You could swipe it away, and it was not obtrusive at all. You suggested as a part of the weekly Friday podcasts where you optimize the application, I should add 2 more.
Well, let's take a second here, Rudy. So you put some numbers together. It looks like roughly from when you first launched the app, and it was for 199 days, you made $106 in total, right? Is that what the numbers say?
Okay. For the 199 days.
For the 199 days from January 1st to July 17th of 2020.
Yep. So basically 53 cents per day.
But it looks like you were optimizing it pretty well, and you're getting more and more downloads around this time frame. I don't know what the dates are here. Oh, okay, January. So around the March area, you're getting an increase in downloads.
March, April, May. I would probably say that there are some exams in the US or whatever
Yeah.
from the math, and students practically needed some geometry help more than the months before. So it was a kind of spike, as you said. I did some ASOs, mostly based on your podcasts, and I could see they are working.
Mm.
Uh, as we approach the July, of course, the summer holidays, the interest in education applications is not so high.
Hmm.
I wanted to show and provide the real numbers, because what we did in the video were basically just estimations, right?
Yeah.
Then
Here's
on
what we
the
did.
18th of July, I've published the new changes that you proposed. Basically, give users possibility to choose from in-app purchases. Obviously, I raised the prices because this way users would think that this application provides more value. I would say probably
Hmm.
it's one of the sales tricks. And also, I've set the unlock all shapes and the third unlock all shapes plus remove ads in a purchase to the same price, which basically should tell users why just go for one thing if you can have two things for the same price, right?
Right.
uh, and therefore they would basically ignore the remove ads in up
Right. So, I mean, I have a visual from last time we put this together that kind of states this just so people can see, but it went from one pricing option to three. And I'll just jump in a little quick, Rudy. What we were talking about too, just to give you guys some insight, is that there's value here, right? And by having just this, and let me go back to this real quick. But here it's like either buy or get out, right? And here there's value. You can either remove ads or you can unlock shapes or you can do both for just one price. And that's what we're trying to show with Rudy's app, because people are emotional buyers, right? And so you want to make it easy for users to find where the value is. And obviously we want people to buy the full version. All right, go ahead, Rudy. Sorry.
No problem. Sorry about my phone. Obviously, somebody tried to call me now.
They're like, hey, I
Uh,
see you on YouTube, man. This is so great.
it is. Maybe they just wanted to greet somebody, or I don't know. Uh, what is more important, in my perspective, is not only introducing three in-app options, but basically showing the in-app page right after the first start, because one of those emails I sent you with my updates was that I accidentally removed that feature from my build, and I instantly saw like 60 to 70% drop in revenue, basically. So this was a huge eye opener for me. That basically users want to buy it, but you really have to slap them in the face with an offer, basically, because normally they would not probably search for it. I don't know why, but it simply works. Show your users the possibility of upgrading your app straight away.
Yeah. And thank you for putting these numbers. So you, after the optimization, you made $268 in 19 days, so about $14 per average. And even though you kind of put this here, even the downloads were down 60%, sales were up 28% just from that minor change.
28x basically, because before I was earning 53 cents a day, and it jumped to 14 a day just by introducing possibilities of in-app purchases, and also showing that number, showing that page, sorry, just after the start. So
that's so crazy. And yeah, and then we did this, and I think this even took it up another level. We did the app advice. I rebranded. I said I don't call it free promotion. I just say app advice campaign. We did an app advice campaign where we got press for it. We drove a good amount of downloads, 8,000 downloads in 4 days, and what you saw and what I typically see from this is you do see, if you make one of your in-app purchases for free, and usually we have to do remove ads if you have ads, you do see a bump in other in-app purchases, and you saw the same exact thing too.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, the downloads went crazy, and a lot of users, I would say, also opted to upgrade the application and buy premium version basically of it.
So you did 268 in the 19 days, and then you did 231 in the 4 days when we ran the app advice campaign. And I know, Rudy, you've run it after that since then, because I've seen you on there.
Did,
I'm always on there too.
I mean, they have a policy that you should not promote the same app within 3 months. So I waited 3 months and
really?
something.
I think it's 1 month. Try that, Rudy. We usually just wait 1 month, but that's what I tell people. Like, you can run it almost every other month. Like, as long as it's not like too soon, I would say 5-6 weeks is a good time frame to run it again.
Then maybe it's my policy or no, I would not like to spam users with that because what I basically saw after the campaign runs out, basically few days, there is really a low interest in upgrading, because basically after the campaign, I usually set the campaign that not just one in-app is for free, but I also set the other two to be cheaper, right? Like 50% off or whatever. And after the promotion is done, then obviously the prices go up to the previous levels. And after every promotion, I see like 4 to 5 days where the revenue drops down, because the users see that the in-app purchase was for, I know, $1.99, and then it went $3.99. So they are not so keen to buy it.
Hey, Rudy, we got a question from Ram who says, what's your ad revenue compared to your in-app purchases?
It's about $150 a month. I use AdMob only, and only in the form of banners, so no full screen ads. Or I had an episode where I was I have locked shapes, and I thought to myself that, okay, maybe some users don't want to pay, and they would love to unlock the shape by watching the ad, right? But when I implemented the rewarded ads, basically users almost stop upgrading to premium. They wanted to calculate one shape, so they unlock the ad. They suffer 20 seconds or whatever you need for unlocking, and that was it basically. So I remove it in like 4 days or after introducing it.
So is it fair to say that your in-app purchases revenues far outpace the ad revenue? Is that what it's? Okay, cool.
Exactly. I mean, what I earn in 3 days on in-app purchases, this is my monthly revenue in ads. So ads, I understand the ads on the iOS platform as really the obstruction to the user, how to make them pay. It's not on Android. I would say I would probably earn a lot more from ads than from sales, because Android users don't like to say goodbye to their money.
Yeah. So something happened. There was a bump on August.
Yes, a few days after we ran the apps gone free.
Yeah.
It was on 7th, I think, of August. Yeah. Something happened on 19th or 20th. I don't know.
You and I looked at this too. I was thinking like there's some like Asian thing happening in China, or some websites being covered over there or something like that. Right?
Yeah, I got huge coverage from Google. I mean, so I don't know if Google search or something did some magic, but basically that spike in downloads didn't mean anything in sales. So
man, look at this. You're just crushing it. I love it. Okay. And then lastly, you ran again the app's gone free, you made even more this time, right?
Yes, but this is starting the second apps gone free promotion, and the statistic is up to the Christmas basically. And as you can see, yes, the sales spiked quite a lot. I would say I even had days where it would reach over $120 per day. So
Wow, dude.
I was finally thinking maybe I can stop working full time, but
That's
it's
awesome.
probably
That's
a few.
awesome, man.
And then there's the Christmas time. I've named it "We Don't Need No Education."
Yeah,
because
we've seen this with other clients too, where it's like productivity related apps take a huge dip when it comes to the holidays. Yeah, that's
I
awesome,
mean,
man.
it's slowly starting to climb up back. So
Here, so after overall, you made over $8,000, $49 a day, up from, and this is about, you're getting about 1,000 downloads a day. That's crazy, man. And up from $49 a day all the way from
53 cents.
53 cents. That's amazing, man. Congrats on everything.
Thank
That
you.
is cool.
And I mean it literally, thank you, because you were the one that chose my application for this experiment, and I will be forever glad because it was an eye opener. Really, up to this point, I thought this is just my hobby, and I was just putting it to my CV or whatever when I was applicating for another job, but this really could turn into something bigger and maybe self-employment or something like that.
That'd be awesome, man. That'd be awesome. I mean, I think that's why I love seeing the emails from you, because it's just like, man, it's crazy. This app that you were kind of like throwing away, kind of just learning the ropes, turned into this money-making machine. Now it's just like, you don't have to do anything, right? Like it's minimal upkeep, which I like, and you're making the money. So
I mean, I tend to push the updates like every second week or so, and I tinker with the ASO a lot. Yeah, I want to greet Thomas from AppRadar. My subscription is almost over, so I'm waiting for the offer.
So Bagyesh said, AdMob has limited app serving from first day of publishing game. It's been 2 months and ads are not served. Any advice? Do you have any advice for that? Like he's not getting any AdMob coverage.
I actually seen this on my Android apps. Once the user base dropped to a certain level, I only see my own ads, basically, which is those house campaigns, or how it's called on the AdMob. I don't know. I'm not sure what to do with it. Maybe I cannot really speak for iOS application because only I have two, and the other one, the currency converter, is about 120, 150 downloads per week, and I see some revenue from it. So I don't know. Maybe try some other ad.
Hey, Rudy, let me ask you this: is there a reason why you're not using like a MoPub, an ad mediation? You're just using AdMob? Is it just for simplicity's sake?
Basically, as I've been doing Android like since 2009, and from the very early days, there were problems with payments or minimal payout from those alternative providers. So basically, I stick with the AdMob. I use the I don't know it's called exactly, when you basically show Facebook ads and Unity ads through the AdMob. I don't know the word right now. Intermediation, probably.
Yeah, mediation. I mean, AdMob pulls from other things, right?
Yes. And still, the revenues were, I don't know, very low. So, and as I said earlier, I tend to think of AdMob or banners in general as an obstruction to the users, so they would upgrade the app. So I don't really care that much how much does it earn, or if I could do better. Simply, I don't find time to experiment with different ad providers, and at the same time looking through the policy, privacy, and updating it for the Apple or Google Play Store, because they tend to be very restrictive. If you show the bad ad from different provider, and they will instantly ban you, like you are showing I don't know, meeting application for the children in game or whatever, so we banned your account. Thank you very much.
Okay, so we got a question from Joe. What was the duration of your free downloads for Apps Gone Free?
They only do 1 day promotion, but I've said it for the first one was 5 days, and the second one was 3 days, I think. Personally, I would not repeat the 5 days promotion because
it's not worth it. I always say just do it for 2 days, and that's enough. That's all you got to do, and that's how I usually run it. Cool. Rudy, thank you so much for coming on and sharing all those numbers, for putting together that document. If you guys want to check it out, if you're into geometry, I sucked at geometry. Okay, that was like my worst math subject, but it is called Geometry Solver. Just search for it in the App Store. Rudy, if the audience wants to follow up with you and connect with you in any other way, do you want to send them anywhere else?
Either my homepage, which is my surname, halmi.sk, or yeah, I don't know. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Facebook. halmi.sk.
All right.
I'm too old for Instagram.
So. Oh, come on, Rudy. We will link that up into the description after this YouTube live stream as well. And I'll get to some of these questions. But how did you choose your pricing? Why was $2.99 not $3.99? I'd like to know the reason. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, sure. Basically, I did not. I don't like subscriptions as a user, so I would not do that to my users, even though it could probably bring some more cash or more revenue, but I despise them. And I thought this is an utility which will be mostly used by students, so I would not charge more than 1 beer or whatever. So I think the price is quite low.
Yeah,
it could be higher, but yeah, that's maybe I will do some experiment in the future. But
yeah, and I'll say there's another question for the pricing. We haven't seen a huge difference between $1.99 and 99 cents. We haven't done any tests with like $1.99 versus $2.99, but I know when I had paid apps back in the day, we would actually make more money at $1.99, even though, we get people paying, like less people paying, less conversions, but we made more money of the difference. I just don't think psychologically there's a huge difference. So I like the pricing that you currently have, and it shows the benefits. So you could probably potentially try like $2.99, $2.99, and a $5.99 for all of it, and see what happens there. But, for now, you just have to A/B test and just figure it out, just as Rudy's been doing. Rudy, thank you so much, man. Congratulations. Yeah, super happy for you. 2021, big things happening as well. So anything else you want to leave with?
Thanks for having me. Not much to add. I think I will keep posting you updates. So
please,
maybe.
Dude, keep sending those emails. I love getting them from you. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Rudy. And then we're going to bring on someone. Bianca, it is so good to finally see your real life face. Oh my God. Thank you so much for coming on. And we're going to talk about your co-parenting app called Peaceful Parent. Congrats on the launch. The screenshots look amazing.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me on. It's wonderful to actually talk to you.
I feel the same way, Bianca. So tell us a little bit about the app, your inspiration for it.
So the app is a co-parenting communication tool. So it keeps track of messages between co-parents. It's really helpful to minimize, emails, regular text message, and phone calls, and just use the app to keep track of those messages. It is tamper-proof, court admissible. It shows when the message was sent, when the message was seen. But really what sets this app apart from the other co-parenting messaging apps out there is that the features inside the app give the user the ability to set boundaries around that communication. So really the why behind the app is that it can help to create peace, calm, harmony between the two co-parents so that there's more headspace to really be present with the kids and really to focus on the children. So that's kind of the why. I mean, I come at it from like my own personal experience. I think I heard a statistic out there that about like 30% of co-parenting situations are high conflict. And I found myself in a high conflict co-parenting situation. And so unfortunately, or fortunately, because really it led me to create this app. And this is what I hope is that it's going to change lives and create peace. So yeah, I don't know how much time I have, but I'd love to talk a little bit more about some of the features inside the app that give the user the ability to create those boundaries.
Well, I mean, yeah, please do. And what I like about it, because I've seen a few of these different apps, is you're kind of talking to the parent. I like to keep the peace element of it. It makes it way more different than, like talking about the feature. So I really love that first screenshot that you have.
Yeah, I was just listening to this like TED talk this morning about like the why, like, and really that's why I was like, the why here is to create the peace, and really bring the focus back to the children. And I really do think that that is the pain point between co-parents, is that this escalating emotional messages and the exchanges. When I was doing the market research for this app, that's what I found. It was that there was a lot of other co-parents that were really having a lot of difficulty communicating with each other. I mean, on Facebook, you would see screenshots of their communication of just like the nastiness, and so
God. Yeah.
So this app is all about bringing the calm back and really helping to give the user the ability to set boundaries. So one of the features is just a limited characters in the text message. So 50 characters or less. So like no more 50-page novels that you don't really need to hear about when you're, you just want to hear about the kids. So that's one feature. Another feature is that you can set a waiting period between messages to really help diffuse an emotional exchange. So like, and really think about what is it that you want to say to your co-parent. You could set the waiting period for like 10, 15 minutes so that you can take a breath, think about what you want to say, and then maybe send that next message. So those are a couple of the features. There's some pre-written messages in there too for, just that quick response of like typical topics that come up between co-parents that you can just send quickly, and they can like semi-customizable with time, date, location, child's name, that kind of thing. I'm really excited about it because I think, my big success, I think, was just launching. It was just like, get it out there, and start getting some information from users so I can start making changes that'll make the app better. So
a couple of things I wanted to ask you too. The one thing that I might just throw out there would be the fact that you have those features that you talked about, right? And making that maybe the third screenshot, because I mean, the first two are beautiful, right? I wouldn't change it. Featured, you got some social proof, but the easy messaging part, it could be just more of what you just said, right? Like, hey, we limit the time in between, and we have a character limit, so we try to keep your emotions at bay and things like that, which make you stand out a lot more than all the other co-parenting apps too.
Love it. Love the feedback. Yeah. Thank you.
So it's completely free right now, right, Bianca?
It is. It's completely free. So that's like one of the things that I'm working on right now is adding subscription. So we launched for free. We launched in November of 2020. So it hasn't been out there that long. And so we'll be adding subscriptions in this month. And I'm actually working with Haim from B7 Dev.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I know there's a question in the comments. I'm looking at all the comments, don't worry. And yeah, I do recommend Haim from B7 Dev as well to check them out. They are affordable. Okay.
Yeah.
The other thing I want to move on to, Bianca, is that you're able to land a lot of media coverage, especially around the area that you are. You're in Denver, right?
Yeah, just north of Denver in this small town called Loveland. And it's like population 77,000 people. But I was like, just just had launched, and I was trying to get the word out, and so I'd sent a press release to the local newspaper, and here's my article.
Oh, I love it.
That ran in the local paper, right? So I was so excited, but it was just this tiny newspaper in Loveland. But what was cool about it was that it got picked up. Like, it was just this, press release I sent to the local small town newspaper, and then babygaga.com picked it up, and then the Denver Post picked it up. I saw this huge spike in downloads when the Denver Post picked it up, and for a newbie app that was getting like a handful of downloads, it was like huge for me. And then the Fathers' Rights movement picked it up, all from this one article in this tiny newspaper. And so I just did a live interview on the Fathers' Rights movement Facebook page 2 nights ago.
Wow.
From this article that ran like, I don't know, a month ago. And they have like 600,000 followers. I was talking to my demographic. It was huge for me. And so that's my tip today is writing a press release. And then just this one little tiny thing can kind of snowball into something bigger and more awareness.
I've heard so many stories like that, Bianca. Like, it's just, you started so locally, right? You didn't think it's like, hey, my local newspaper of 70,000 people, and then it just like snowballs into something else, which I'm sure, let's put it in the universe, in a month or two, there'll be national coverage, just because I've seen it happen, which just goes up and up and up and up and up. And so I love, and plus the messaging, you understand the messaging, you understand the features too. So I can totally see that happening as well.
Well, what was cool is that the press release, my former life was in news reporting. So I had so I was given press releases by my news director and said, hey, go cover this, So I kind of knew a little bit about like how to write a press release. Is like, get some attention. Don't be boring, right? Like say something that catches their eye. And so that's what I did. I just really tried to think about what's going to make this press release stand apart from all the other ones that come through the door.
How did you lead with it? Is it the headline that is the most valuable thing? Like, how would you, so for people who want to get press right now that are watching or listening in the future, what kind of tips where do we start? Yeah,
it really was just an email. It was just an email. So in the subject line, I said something like, it wasn't too, I don't know, attention grabbing, but it was like, local mom creates app to bring the peace back to co-parenting. It was like the whole local angle, because it was in Loveland where I live. So I'm like, I'm gonna play up that angle. But really when the press release body of the text started, the first thing I said was, I don't know if I can say this on your live stream, but it was, go F yourself was the first thing I said. It was like, go F yourself were a few choice words that inspired one mother to create Peaceful Parent Messenger.
I love it.
And it was like, oh, they don't see that every day, I'll tell you that. So I don't know if that was it or not, but I think it's just like throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. And for me, this was like really exciting that it did kind of just create so much attention.
Look at this.
Yeah, hey, it's still up there.
They did a photo shoot. They do a photo shoot? They came out?
They did. They came out to my house. It just was crazy. It was just all happened in one day.
Yeah,
and,
I like it.
Yeah, it was really cool. I was so new. I hardly had any users to like, to have them call to be like, hey, what do you think of the app? But it didn't matter. I was like so nervous, and anyway, it's so cool. And I'm so happy to share it with everybody else, because sometimes I think it's hard to send press releases out to the media because you're like, oh, I don't know, I've never done this before, but do it. It could be so worth it.
Well, I like a couple of angles, and we're putting together a press release for a client of ours, and the local angle, obviously, because you're like, okay, it makes such a huge difference. The other one is that it is different. Go F yourself, like that. It's like, what? You don't hear that. I heard somebody else was like, who sent the press or an email to one of the editors and said, not porn, right? And that was the messaging that got across for him to get an open. Do you remember like the subject line that you put in? Was it like local mom?
Yeah, it was the local mom creates creates app. What else was I going to tell you? I forgot my train of thought.
Okay,
but
well, as you think about that, I'll give you some comments that have been coming in. Hey, Bianca, you know Johan, you've been seeing him in the comments. Sounds like a great app. I think the design, he said design could use a little bit of work. If you want to contact me, you can do that. And if you need a great link to a cheap design team, so people are helping you out there. Joe's got some feedback for you. The media logo seems like a big selling point, but they are getting overshadowed by being contained within the iPhone frame. So.
Okay, good feedback. Thank you so much. Yeah, excellent. And Johan, yeah, I'll definitely be in touch.
And then he said, I would try redesign the screen so the media logos have more hierarchy. Yeah, I think you can pull it out and just have it by themselves, right? The Denver Post, I like that. And I'm sure you can do an update now that you get more and more media coverage as well. But awesome story, Bianca, Joe says. And then
Thanks,
Johan
Joe.
says, I agree, very inspiring story, Bianca. You're really cool.
Thanks, Johan. Yeah.
Did you remember what you were trying to say?
No. No, I didn't.
Well, I've got
totally gone.
There's some questions too as you think about it. The Steve Majors asks, I'm looking for new developers to finish my app. What are the top 3 dev groups do you suggest that are outside the US? Steve, B7 Dev, I've worked with him for ever since I started this podcast, so 8+ years ago. And he's a great team, very affordable, great guy to work with. So check him out. It's be7dev.com. Bianca's using them as well. And so I would check them out. But I don't know what you're going to find in groups. You might be able to find a freelancer, but I prefer to just find somebody that somebody else has worked with too. Okay. That's great, Bianca. What are your plans for this app? What are you thinking about from a pricing perspective, from a subscription perspective? Anything you want to share there?
Yeah, so pricing, it's going to be competitive with some of the other apps that are out there, but it'll probably be for annual subscription, it'll be around $60 a year, and then the monthly will be around, I don't know, $8 or $9, just to incentivize people to pick up the annual subscription. And then this year, I'm actually thinking of starting a podcast with one of the people that I've been able to partner with, the High Conflict Institute. Peaceful Parent was actually mentioned in their latest book called, it's like BIF for co-parents. The BIF stands for brief, informative, friendly, and firm. And so it's just it's just a way to respond to your co-parent. And so we were just kind of in the beginning talks about starting a podcast and centering it around co-parenting and a better way of communicating and centering around the children. So I really hope that happens, and I'll keep you posted. So that's something.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
It's just another way to get the word out about the app, but also speak about something I'm super passionate about, which is this topic.
Yeah, I love it. I think I'm a big fan of podcasts, so I hope you do it. We just published a podcast episode this past Tuesday with Dan, where he talks about how he sort of built out everything from just the app alone, and now he does live events. His is around marriage and sex, and more not raunchy, but more intimacy. And he has a podcast. What he's been able to do with the podcast too is connect with influencers who then hopefully he's built up a relationship to promote the app, whether it's an affiliate deal. He goes into detail, but I really loved it because it was just a guy, an indie developer. He has his own development agency, but he was talking about how he's using influencer marketing and affiliate marketing, and then how an app really turned into a media company, which I can totally see you doing too, because that's your background anyways, Bianca.
Yeah, I thought of what I was going to say. Can I input it?
Yeah, please.
Say it? Okay,
please.
So really it was that the press release just told me that people cared about it. People cared about the topic, and it was if this one little article was picked up, it was newsworthy, so it's just, I guess, for, everybody that's listening and they have an app and they're trying to get the word out, you never know, who's going to pick it up or who's going to find it interesting and what it could lead to. So that was very exciting.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. I really love the peace angle, and I think you hit on a nerve there, and it shows, and that's why they picked it up and everything else. So congratulations, Bianca. If the app here, let me pull it up again. Whoops. It's called Peaceful Parent Messenger. So just search for that in the app stores. If the audience wants to follow up with you, Bianca, and be inspired and reach out to you for any press type of tips, do you want to send them anywhere else?
Yeah, peacefulparentapp.com, peacefulparentapp.com. And then my email is bianca@peacefulparentapp.com.
All right. Well, I will make sure we put that into the YouTube description as well after this episode. Bianca, congratulations. So happy for you. I'm so glad we got to actually do this and see each other in person. And I look forward to hearing more. So please let me know as new developments happen. Maybe we can do a full episode on the success of the app as well.
Thank you so much, Steve.
All right. Let's go into some of the questions that you guys have for me. Matthew says, any idea how to promote an app that appraises silver and gold? Scrap. Matthew, I would say listen to that podcast episode, because for a niche app like this, we tried different angles. You might, if there's no traffic volume from ASO perspective, then really think about influencer marketing. I really love that episode because it's influencer marketing on an indie budget, and look at Facebook ads. I mean, because ASO will only get you so far. And if people aren't searching for an app like yours, you're going to need influencer marketing too. Okay. So I would recommend that. And I do want to say hi to Romaine. What's happening, brother? Johan said, hey, Steve, how's it going with your sleep app? Johan, thank you for asking and thank you for remembering. But we are going to do a YouTube live stream in a couple of weeks where I will dissect everything that what Rudy kind of just did for us. I'm going to do the same for you guys with my sleep app, tell you what kind of things I've been running, what the revenues are, and then you will see some of the things that I'm doing from a subscription perspective. So pay attention. You know, like there are things that I try to keep hidden to my vest, but like obviously you can check out my app and see what I'm trying to do on the subscription side and see what is working from that side as well. Okay, cool. I think I'm good with the comments. If I missed your question, please put it then in there as well. But let's bring on our next guest, Neelay. What's happening, brother?
Hi.
All right, let me pull up your app. Tell us a little bit about your app. You and I actually talked, and we did a little like a podcast interview about this app too.
So I developed this app while I was in college, doing my BTech.
Are you still in college? You look like you're still in college.
No, I graduated in 2018.
Close.
Yeah. So while developing the app, I was just like newbie in this development phase. So initially, the app was not getting much download. My friends used to download and then uninstall it because it was nothing different. Then I started looking for different features. So few things I added like radio streaming, ringtone cutter, video player in all this one app. Then I also came across putting icons in the descriptions to make it attractive.
Did you do any A/B tests off that, Neelay, or was it just like, hey, I put these icons, these emojis into the description, and I saw? Did you see any difference in terms of numbers? Were you A/B testing that?
No, it doesn't affect that much, but it looks good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I was also doing store listing experiments. So we can do store listing experiments with different keywords and descriptions. So I keep on changing the keywords that I think that can be used, or I think that can bring more downloads. Like for some keywords, if you use the wrong word, it can also have some traction. So I use those things. Like for music.
Sorry.
Yeah, go on.
No, like what keyword?
Like for music, MUIC, those kind of thing, spelling mistakes. That also brings downloads. Then I also used to share my app with in Reddit subreddit, like app hookup, startup alone, and alpha beta testers. And there is a subreddit called startup r/startup. Over there we can share the app, and from there also we can get download. With app hookup, the only thing is they require to have a promo code to be shared with the users.
Yeah, I couldn't. I tried to do this too, Neelay. I couldn't get people. I couldn't post. Maybe my karma points suck right here, 15. but like I couldn't post myself. How did you figure out a way to? Maybe you just have better karma points.
No, what I was doing is like making a pricing and then arrow with a free.
Yeah, I
So,
get that, but you can't. Like, can you create a post even though you don't have enough karma points? Or you can. Does it not matter? Can you be any Reddit
no,
user?
for karma points, went to subreddit called PewDiePie. From there, I post a meme. If the meme hits the audience, then you will get like 1 or 2K karma in a day or 2 day,
Oh, okay,
like that. So from there, I got the karma. Like 1.2K, I got karma from
nice.
there only.
All right, good. Well, good thing I asked. All right,
Yeah.
I like it. And then you said the other one was startup. And what were you posting on? Well, app hookup is sort of like app advice. Everyone,
Yeah.
it's sort of like what's the promo. So for you, what was the promo? Because yours is a completely free app. So what did you say was the promo?
Yeah. My app was having ad. So I put a promo code, and when the user put the promo code, the ad will be gone.
So it was a remove ad type of thing.
Yeah.
Got it. I like it, man. Were you able to track the downloads, or you just sort of like, hey, I saw a bump every time I posted in these Reddit groups?
Yeah, I got the downloads. Like few of my posts got 20 or 30 upwards.
Nice. Nice. All right, Neelay, maybe you tell me privately, but did you do anything to drive more upvotes on Reddit?
I shared in Facebook and other communities.
Okay. All right. That's it. There are sites that you could buy upvotes on Reddit and product and all that stuff. That's the only reason why I asked. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting, man. And you actually did some stuff on Quora, which is kind of interesting because it's a music app. And I get it. It's, universal music, but how were you able to drive downloads using Quora?
Yeah, for selling anything, we need to sell our story. So what I did is like I put the story, and I also give what the user wants. What is my experience, how I did it.
Mm.
So I shared it with the users, how I was able to like posting in Facebook, and shared in Quora. With sharing in Quora, it's like if you spam too much, they will ban you directly.
Right.
So it's bit hard. So I prefer putting on my profile about the app and then share about the app, so that the user who are willing who like the app, they will go directly to my profile, and from my profile they can go to my app link.
I like it. Were you able to track at all?
Yeah.
Okay. What are you using for tracking? Like Bitly or something else?
No, I'm not able to track anything, but I can see the difference in the downloads.
Got it. That's amazing. That's amazing. And are you able to, I mean, you put the number in, I know what the numbers are, but you'll be able to share like how many downloads you're able to drive with this app?
Yeah, currently I'm having, just a second, I am having 51K downloads,
Nice, man. Congratulations. This is just
but
something
it will still take time to update in the app store, I
Hmm.
guess.
I like it, man. I like it. What would be the key takeaway? I mean, if we had to pick between Quora, Reddit, would you say, hey, I would start with obviously some ASO and then go on to these platforms to drive some more downloads?
Yeah, sure. Preferably, I prefer Reddit over Quora.
Yeah. What are you doing on our startups? Being like, hey, check out my app?
No, I share app ideas and ask the other startup for my feedback. So, through it's kind of indirect way of asking for feedback, downloads.
Got it. Like, hey guys, I've got an app idea for this. It's a music app. I'd love to get your feedback. What can I do? Is
Yeah,
that what you're saying?
yeah,
Nice, man. Okay. It's a great strategy, Neelay.
yeah.
In the comments, you said great technique for karma. That's the one I literally love. I got to go into dad jokes, come up with my own, go get some karma points through there. The app hookup, I've heard lots of great things from other developers. I just haven't figured out what to do with my karma points, but because you were sharing how to get free karma points, and were you able to get some karma points just using this too? like startup? Does that help at all? Do you understand? I don't understand Reddit. I'm too old for this stuff.
No, for startup, you have to share some meme. Only memes get much down upvote, and you can through that only you can get karma.
Okay, I like it. All right. And do you try to tie the
And
memes into like your app, or is it just any funny memes that you come up with?
any funny meme.
Okay. I like it. I like it. All right. That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
So the app is called Free Music Player. Anything you else want to add, Neelay?
I forgot about. Yeah, that's it.
Think
I
about it.
forgot.
I'll answer some questions while you think about it too.
Yeah, sure.
Got a question, Steve. If you do Facebook ads, what about this app, for example? Would you rather specialize to a specific target or broader audience? Now, I'm not sure which app, but I would say there's a lot of thoughts on this. Some from podcast guests have said, go with the broader audience because then you're really going to figure out, can this app scale? Because eventually you're going to have to scale it up. Now, if it's a very niche app, let's say this music player, I'd go broad audience because that's eventually how you're going to scale up. But if it's like Bianca's app or maybe even Rudy's app, I might start super niche because obviously it's for a niche audience, right? And so it really depends on the type of app to really get it through. But if you got a game, if you got something that's going to really be attractive to the general population, start broader because then it helps you figure out if you can scale later on. Okay. And then we say, what's up, Parav? You're late, brother, but I'm glad you're here. And then Mr. Zigabadude, he says, what's up? So welcome, man. All right, Neelay. Well, this was great, man. Anything else that you want to add while I gave you some time?
Yeah, for test for putting the profile picture for the app and screenshot, you can put the keywords as the name of the pictures. So, like while uploading the screenshot, hello,
Yeah.
when you put upload the pictures of the screenshot now,
Yeah.
so we can name it the pictures with the specific keywords. So so with ASO and SEO, what happens like with the picture also they can get uh, traction.
Yeah, I like it. It's a very old SEO. I didn't know. Did you see an impact at all with your
Yeah,
keywords when you
little
did
bit.
that?
Yeah,
Interesting. Yeah, it is an old SEO strategy where you name your images the keywords that you want to target. So I'm going to assume that this might be like free music player or something like that. Let's see what happens when I hit this. Nah, it doesn't happen. But this might be like free music player or radio.
yeah,
What other keywords are you going after? Radio music player, video player, music recorder. So that's what you're saying.
yeah,
Hey, name your screenshots when you upload it. Name with the keywords that you want to target.
yeah.
That's awesome, man. I like that. I like the tip. Let me inspect this. Let's see what Google has in here because they do rename it after a while. But very cool tips. Cool. Neelay, congratulations, man.
Yeah, thanks, man.
And then how are the ads doing from that perspective? How's the ad revenue?
No, currently I'm changing the ad from AdMob to Facebook ads.
Okay. Any reason why?
I did some rookie mistake,
What's that?
so my AdMob account got suspended.
Okay. Yeah, you
Yeah,
just sort of forced to move. All right.
yeah.
We got a question. What are common parameters for an optimized ad campaign? Duration, costs. Honestly, the best ad campaign, obviously you're going to look at ROI and all that junk, but is this ad campaign bringing me the best subscribers? Okay. I've got an interview coming up to next Tuesday on the podcast where we talk about retargeting. And Mike, who made Oomph, we shared it on a YouTube live stream, but he was talking about retargeting his trial users on Facebook, and he's seeing tremendous results. And so how I would answer this is obviously in the beginning, you're going to optimize for that install because you're just starting out. You want to get the cheapest install. But then as you move towards building a profitable business, you want to optimize for the event. And that event is whatever you want people to do, whether it's, follow 3 people if you're a social media app, or subscribe is an easy one. So that's what you eventually want to get to, is optimizing for the event. But in the beginning, you want to optimize for the install. And then how is the Facebook audience network? Do you have any experience in that?
Yeah, currently with Facebook, I'm not able to get much audience. With Reddit and Quora, there you can get much audience
Yeah. I think it's just all about
because
honestly too, right?
yeah,
It's a stupid
actually
question.
most
I
of the
mean, a stupid answer. It's like
yes, sure.
testing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cool. Sorry to interrupt. All right, I'm gonna bring back Bianca. Left too early. Bianca, if you're hearing this, you left too early. I wanted to get a little screenshot of all 4 of us onto this. Rudy, thank you so much for coming on, my friend. Congratulations. I look forward to seeing those emails and even a bigger success, maybe going independent in 2021. So think about subscription, man. Think about playing around with the price points too. Maybe going higher. I like that $4.99 actually for everything. Maybe might be interesting.
I will probably first raise prices and then go subscription because I said I don't like them. So,
Neelay, what are your big goals for 2021 too with this?
I'm going to publish another app
Yeah?
actually.
What's the app
Yeah,
called?
I'm working. It's named Angel SOS.
What is it
So
called?
it's a safety app, Angel SOS. I have to work on the name also.
Awesome, man. Well, guys, thank you guys so much for coming on and doing this. I'm so honored to have you guys here. So honored to see you guys in the comments as well. Congrats on all your success. Rudy, man, what is it, 92%? Neelay, 50,000 downloads, man. 92. Next time, it's going to be like 105, 200, 3. I'm sure.
Thank you for having us.
Bianca, it's like the universe heard me. Say, Bianca, come back. You came back.
Ah.
I just want to say congrats and thank you so much for coming on. I look forward to hearing from everybody, especially everybody that's in the comments or just watching this later on. Congrats. I love this community. Maybe we do this more often, every quarter or so forth, but congrats and thank you guys so much for coming on.
Thank you, Steve. Really appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
Let's end it with the joke. Since you guys are here, hey, I need you guys to laugh, okay? Just fake laugh if you think it's funny or not, all right? Here's a joke. Have you guys heard of ninja dinosaurs?
Nope.
They're called. Thanks, Bianca.
You heard about Ninja Hattori?
They're called Neversaurus. I think I screwed it up. All right. By the way, here's a tip. We just saw this. My wife and I were going crazy last night just listening. Alexa has a bunch of jokes. And so you can say, Alexa, tell me a ninja joke. And that's the joke that she told. It was like, we're dying doing that. But anyways, thank you guys for coming on. Next week, we got a guest on, and then also on YouTube, we're going to be doing a free, I talked about this end of last year, a free ASO course that gives you the inside look on how I approach ASO. It's going to be completely free. I've already recorded a bunch of videos, so it's going to come up. So the first one's coming up next Wednesday, and then just going to be part 1, part 2, part 3. It's going to be a 7-part series, just really diving into how I handle ASO. So you're going to see that soon as well. And if you got any requests from me in terms of information, just leave a comment below. Bianca, Neelay, Rudy, thank you guys. Congrats on all the success. I look forward to seeing future success in 2021.
Thanks so much for everything you do, Steve.
Thanks for
thanks,
your time.
All right.